What's going on, everybody? This is the Flight Room Podcast. This is episode 34, Big 34, Big Shaq Diesel. I'm your host, Remy Please. I'm with my brothers, Keys. What's up, Keys? Mark.
What's up, y'all?
Big Redskins win. I'm with Shaq. What it do, Shaq?
What up?
Lighthouse. What it do, sir? Hey, Al.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, Al. How you doing, Al? And C-Mo back with the return from the vid sauce. Hey Corey, so you was out with the vid sauce and you had a lot of time to think about your future plans. So if I throw a scenario on you and let's just say you can pick and choose. If you was, had a choice of working a 9 to 5 and you can, make, a good chunk of change, let's say 200,000, live comfortable, or you can do your own thing. You can be, a business owner, but you live in, you're struggling, you living paycheck to paycheck. Which one you choosing?
200,000 early. It ain't fun living paycheck to paycheck, no way. That's easy. 200,000 early. Ain't nobody trying to live paycheck to paycheck out this motherfucker. Shit. That's an easy one. That's.
So it say paycheck to paycheck, but it's gonna be at like wherever you want, like in the world, like on a beach or whatever you're.
It don't matter if I'm on the beach. Paycheck to paycheck is paycheck to paycheck.
All right.
Hey, get out.
All right, but this is why, when I initially seen the question, it's paycheck to paycheck sound like somebody paying you, but of course, if you're like a business owner, especially when I seen it, you thinking like you're a restaurant owner, because restaurants, you really don't make a lot of money.
Yeah, you really don't.
Yeah, on your end, it's just like staying afloat and for the longevity type thing. So if I'm living on the beach, that means I'm doing pretty good. Like it seems I'm doing pretty good. And I got something on my own. Maybe, that's a peace of mind. I'm not working for anybody, but at the same time, it's a lot of stress, dealing with the everyday bullshit. But I think I would, I'd rather forge my own way than listen to a motherfucker. But 200,000 to hear a motherfucker bitching moan at me, it does sound interesting.
I hear you.
I'm with you.
Big said more money, more profit.
I agree. I mean, I think the main reason why is because, like you said, you don't have to answer nobody. You make your own rules, move when you want to move. You know what I'm saying? You can't get fired because you own your own shit. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, it's just something you can pass down to your family. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you can that can build on to into the future. I mean, the 200,000, you have a good job and everything, but you can't pass that down to your kids. Or you can't pass that down to your grandchildren. You can have even if right now today, we might have a struggling company, or I even want to say struggling, but we just getting by. But who's to say 10, 15, 20 years down the line, you know what I'm saying? My children's is going to be living comfortably, and I ain't got to worry about them because that business is going to be creating their stability. You know what I'm saying? So I think I would rather do it for that reason right there.
I see what you're saying. I don't know. The 200,000, you can make that work. You got room to stack and make some moves with that. You can make a business with that. 200,000 a year.
Good.
You don't even have to make a business. You could just be investing in stocks and shit. Honestly, if you're picking the right ones anyway.
Yeah.
Flipping and shit.
Be irresponsible.
If you're responsible with your shit.
200,000 a year, I'm definitely gonna have a spot on a beach somewhere. Trust me. Shit. Nice little pad.
So I was I actually originally picked the shop on the beach, and then I thought about it a little bit, and I was like, as a young person, I'm trying to do all I can to make as much money as I can so I can be on that beach when I'm, in my 40s. Which is not too far away. but I don't know, like being on or wherever it is, being on a place where I got a little storefront and selling merchandise or whatever at 34 and not having extra money, you know what I mean? And like Randall said, like you most of your money off of like, depending on what merchandise it is, or if it's like a bar or something, you making money on tips, or you just making it just to keep the rent up. So I would say right now, I would try to make as much money as I can with the 200K. But as an older person, you don't want to go to work 9 to 5 in DC when you're 55. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like as a young person, you can do that. You could tough it out. You know what I'm saying? You especially if you're single, you fucking
Yeah.
bachelor making 200K. Shit, you doing it.
Yeah.
But you 50, you 55, you don't want to be doing that shit, man. You want to be on the beach talking to people and and sipping on.
You about ready to get that Medicare and shit. So yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like that everyday 9 to 5. That's kind of like mundane. Like that shit gets.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
If you're struggling and shit, and it's your own business, I mean, getting up every day is like that chase of like hunting that money every day, and it's yours, and you got to make it afloat. Like that what's that? It's beauty in the struggle, like type shit.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly how I look at it. Yep.
Yeah, and that's
what you want to do.
Is retirement. You have retirement. Like retirement is basically there because it's like, all right, you've done what you needed to. You know what I'm saying? You put the time in. You know what I'm saying? You deserve this time off. Like because working is a grind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a grind. It takes a toll on everybody because everybody is doing it. Everybody else is doing the same shit that you're doing. You in traffic because everybody else is trying to get the same goddamn place that you try and get to. So y'all all in this shit together. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And I would say it's to me anyway, I think it's two different definitions of retirement for some people. Some people think retirement is you 55 or whatever you done working and I'm collecting my shit or whatever the fuck. Other people, retirement might be I just fired my boss and I'm able to go on and do what I want to do, and make my own business. You know what I'm saying? So it's
I like that.
It's people. It's whatever you're comfortable with. At the end of the day, I think it's whatever however you're comfortable living. At the end of the day, honestly.
I like that. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
What you thinking, Al? You would you go with the 200K working a 9 to 5, or would you go with having your own shop? Kind of struggling.
I'm gonna go with the 200K. And it's not even just to say that like having your own shop would mean struggling, because I mean even with living paycheck to paycheck, you still can pay off and do different things. But I think with the 200,000, it just allows a little bit more freedom for me, because working a 9 to 5, you know what I'm saying, you accumulate sick days, you accumulate holidays, and that way, like even on the weekends, you can actually go travel and explore those beach fronts. But as long as you are limiting your liabilities, still able to maneuver and shake some money and save some money and save some away for a rainy day, not for you, but also for however you want to invest or do different things. I think that, and it's not even to say take anything away from like the actual entrepreneurship aspect of having your own shop on the beach, because I feel like that shit's probably love, that shit's probably, but to actually have that opportunity to, even with the 200K, you can still maneuver and shake and make something of your own spot with those opportunities, as long as you just manage doing. I mean, it's all about just doing what's best for you, but limiting your liabilities and making sure you're not trying to keep up with the Joneses, as they say.
All right, now I'm sure.
Mhm.
I'm sure I would take the beach restaurant, and I'll be like the town. You know what I mean? I just make it mine. I could find peace in that, and like
Right. And that's the thing. I know you can find peace
Everybody come to your spot.
because exactly, like everybody's coming to your spot. Everybody, like, I mean, knowing that you are like you could be either like not only just engaging with so many different personalities, but finding your own niche, finding your own lane, and creating your own path, blazing your own trail. And it's like Marcus was saying, like something that could be lineage, whereas though you can definitely pass it on and pass it on. That's definitely a dope concept.
yeah, and then like
Yeah.
I'm already I'm on permanent vacation.
Yeah.
Right.
If I don't have money to like go hard in the club, I will make my restaurant a fucking club for a night.
Mhm.
If shit, you want to do like a banquet hall, I'll make that shit a banquet hall. Get let my family get married down there, come down to see me, get married or whatever, do down there, family reunion or whatever, down there, fuck with me. Or if it's going all the way south, we can burn the bitch down. I collect the shit for insurance money. Just whatever. Fuck it. I tried.
Yeah, man. Whatever makes people happy at the end of the
I think that one of the key things that you said, Randall, was that just that whole concept of just the beauty and the struggles. Like, when you wake up in the morning and you doing something that you ain't really passionate about, but you getting a good check, you're gonna hit snooze a couple times, you're gonna be like, damn, here another day. But if you getting up doing some shit that you created yourself, you ain't gonna wake up in the morning like, you're gonna wake up probably even fucking earlier than what you would to go to work just to get the shit done because you already passionate about it. So yeah, I definitely think that's another reason why, but why I would lean in that direction. But definitely, don't get me wrong, I definitely understand that 200K because you can definitely flip that, you know what I'm saying, and then do businesses and all other kinds of shit. But I don't know, after a while, you just get tired of niggas telling you, you know what I'm saying, having to answer to niggas, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just want to do your own thing.
Yeah.
So
Or like
That's
where
why I'll take the 200K and then go to the beach and do my paycheck to paycheck shit.
or being bothered with like other coworkers. Like
yeah, that too. Yeah, all that shit.
I'll fire your
You
ass.
There's
can
a whole
fire,
workplace
man.
politics.
I will fire your ass and get all of y'all.
I'm tired of looking at you. You're fired. You ain't even gotta do shit. I'm just tired of looking at you.
Spot on the beach over place. Goddamn.
Oh man.
So speaking of, like the beach and vacations, destinations, and fate, do you shape your own destiny or does everything happen by fate? So what do you, what do you think about when you think about your destiny versus fate? And is there a difference between like where you are now at your age? Like, do you think that most of your life was because it was destined to be where it is right now? Or do you think everything up until this point happened by fate? Or would you say half and half? Like, what do you even think if it is a percentage?
I think they're like one and the same, honestly. They're like you can, because it's like destiny, like like everything you do in life is a decision that you make. You know what I'm saying? So you are essentially like you're forging your own path. It's just trillions on trillions of just decisions like within like every millisecond that you just continuously make, which makes up your life. And it's just like, if you are consciously making those decisions, then it is more of a I don't think it's more of a fate. It's just shit that I don't know. I don't know.
All right, so B, you saying the decisions you make on a day-to-day basis influences your fate at the end, or is your fate just your fate? Is that what it is? That's the stone cold. That's the law. Like that's what's going to happen. Or,
Regardless.
yeah. What?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a
say
tough
that
question.
I say that I think that it's like everybody has a certain path that you was meant to be on. You know what I'm saying? But through your everyday decision making, it's like kind of like if you were, I'm trying to think of a good way to say it. It's like if you were to move at your most optimal level, then you on your path, but then you also get, hit with temptations and, decisions that could take you off that. But if you work at your most optimum level, you will meet the fate that you were supposed to reach. But I feel like we have free will per se, or you have the idea, the opportunity to make decisions, because that's what help you grow and learn along the path. You know what I'm saying? Because if it was just like, oh, you have your fate as your fate, then what's the point of thinking? You would just fucking be on autopilot doing what God put you here to be. You know what I'm saying? So you're not supposed to know. You know what I mean? So the decision makings and the so-called free will, that's what gives you the space to learn while going on your path. You know what I'm saying? So, because like if it wasn't for that, we'd be born infant babies knowing where we're supposed to go, what we're supposed to do. It wouldn't be no learning. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think that shit means. You know what I'm saying?
That's the key word, free will.
Yeah. Like, what is that?
I mean, I think that's really why God put us here. I feel like this is just my point of view. I feel like God's like, this is what I want for you to do, but you have the opportunity to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? But I have all this for you. You can get all this, but you have the freedom to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's why we have, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much why we're here. And you know what I'm saying? To learn not to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? As simple as that. You know what I mean?
Because like you said, Rez, like and Marcus, that free will, like that's like given to you to like you don't know how powerful you are. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want you to tap into that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want you to want to do good or reach these potentials or heights or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm glad you said like that part when you were talking about you have an option, right? Like you have a choice, and the decisions that you make can either optimize it or lessen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna reference like Obama. Like, who's to say that his choice wouldn't lead him to be like, I mean, I'm just gonna throw something out there, like a fucking like CEO of football or IT company. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking Elon Musk or something like that, rather than the president. You know what I mean? And I think it's several decisions that he made that made him go down that path. Because do you think that he thought at 10 years old that he was going to be the president of the United States? Probably not. But his path, and him deciding he was going to go to law school, him deciding that he was going to run for presidency with his wife. Who's to know if he didn't have his wife that he wouldn't have ran for president? So it's crazy. Like I feel like it's a lot of it's we make our optimal decisions, and we can either go parallel, you know what I'm saying, to that decision, or we could go downhill. Because I know, and this is not a laughing matter, but we used to feed the homeless over there at the Black Hole at the Go-Go spot. And it was a lot of people that I talked to that was like, man, like I was literally like one decision away from, you know what I'm saying, from providing for my whole family and having a Porsche and this and this and that. And he was like, I did this one thing, I used crack one time and I was done. He was like, you know what I'm saying? And I just hear stories like that multiple times. And it's just crazy how one decision can alter like your whole path, you know?
But that's so funny that you say that, Paul.
I was gonna say, start my.
Go ahead, you got it.
Like, the funny you say that because I was listening to $1 Million Worth of Game, and Wallow on there said, what he say? He said when he got locked up, the OG asked him how many minutes how many minutes got you in here. He's like, what? He's like, how many minutes? You said not how many minutes do you have left on his his sentence. He said, how many minutes did it take for you to get here? He's like, he did like robbery, and that shit took 5 minutes, and 5 minutes
Dang.
like for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shit like that. Yeah, that's stirring the wrong way. Yeah, that can change your fate. But maybe destiny.
And yeah.
That's the destiny in return to make it through that shit and come out a better person. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even within that, like even like you said, Paul, you see a lot of people with gifts, talents, you know what I'm saying, and they be at the absolute bottom. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is based off decision making, but even within that, it's like, okay, why you have this super talented person at the bottom because of bad decisions? Like even within that person's fate, there's a lesson for other people that's in that family. Other people that may have met that person could be inspiration. Like, damn, like, God gave you a gift, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to make sure I don't go down that same path. So even that might have been part of their fate. Like, even if they didn't reach their goal, they still can be a lesson for other people to, you know what I'm saying, grow from. But it just goes to show, man, if there's so many people out here that have so many talents and gifts and they don't optimize it, but they was given something that, you know what I'm saying? Like we all have a talent, a gift on some level in some way. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody just put you on the earth empty-handed. Like, but just it's up to. I ain't gonna say it's up to us, man. This is a different conversation because environment plays a part. You know what I'm saying? All that plays a part into people reaching their full potential. But yeah, man. Decision making is key. Decision making is definitely key, though.
Yeah, we can go all the way.
We could go all the way with this.
I was gonna say that could be honestly we could go overtime with this too.
Yeah.
And in so many different ways though. So like
yeah.
So it's 60-40. It ain't 50-50, it's 60-40.
How so?
No, like I was saying, it's like Lighthouse said, at the end of the day, I think the decision making is like number one key. Is the number one key at the end of the day, because you can be destined to do a whole lot of shit, but if you're making shitty ass decisions, you ain't gonna do shit.
All right. So
you're not gonna reach your potential. I'm gonna say you're not gonna reach your potential.
What if you don't have the tools at that point in time when certain situations come at you at a certain point in time, and you don't know how to act, this way or that way because you just don't have those tools at that. You're not mature enough. You're not seasoned enough. So you end up making a wrong decision. Not
Well
then, but that's the thing. The wrong decision.
At the end of the day, it's still gonna be the same thing. I still think it's 60-40 because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to deal with the judicial system. So you know what I'm saying?
I'm not necessarily talking about that either. I'm just saying people grow and deal with different things, and you're not gonna know the same thing in the future as you do now. So you're going
right.
But I think that's also a part of growing too.
Yeah, right.
That's a part.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say.
That you have to, you got to crawl. You had at a certain point you had to crawl before you walk. You didn't know. You know what I'm saying? That you just needed to crawl before you walk. It's like life is like a journey, and those decisions, you're of course you're the decisions you make now. You're not sure. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not sure if those are the best decisions until the future happens. So it was either a good decision or it was a bad decision. But within that moment, you're making the decision. And that was the free will that you were talking about.
It's your decision.
Exactly. You are making that decision. You know what I'm saying? And that's powerful, yo. Because it's like you got to realize you ultimately are responsible for you at the end of the day. Stop blaming everybody else for what the fuck is happening in your life. Right. It's you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make those decisions, and yeah.
And then to go a little bit, or to try to go a little bit further, because I know y'all didn't hit on it, but I think it's also just so even if that opportunity, as we already talked about, maximizing that opportunity for yourself, but even if that opportunity passes you by, I think it's our duty, it's supposed to be our as humans to be able to pass along that information. So it might not have. You might have learned from that lesson, but then even still, you already know everybody else, or other people are going to go through that situation. So it might be that you either can somebody under your wing or share your knowledge and just touch one person, maybe one or two people with that same influence that could possibly change the outlook or landscape for somebody else's life, and that might be what the true purpose on what you went through. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you could have went through the worst decision that you ever made, but just by sharing how it affected you and what have you could benefit somebody else. And then also, I do want to say sometimes that a dream deferred, I think it's a dream deferred, doesn't necessarily mean that a dream is deterred or a dream is denied. I'm sorry. So it's like, just because like, and even as we talk about, like some of the times that everything you go through always leads you to a further point. So it could be like substance abuse that could lead you to be a freaking substance abuse counselor at a later date, just because of like everything you went through allows you the opportunity to talk to people that have or are currently abusing substances, and that allows you to relate to them that much better, and you can be the best person at your job just off whatever situations you may have occurred.
Hey Al, when you said that should remind me. I don't know if anybody watched that show on HBO, Euphoria, but they just came out with like a new. It's kind of like a bridge episode to the next season, and like the dialogue, it's just her and her like step. What do you call it? 12-step program, like person, her sponsor, just sitting across from table from each other. And it's talking about shit just like that. Just it's like a real ass dialogue, and I recommend everybody watch that shit.
And
I heard of the show.
What you were saying earlier, when you was talking about how like what if you don't even know, and Brian, you hit on it, but it's the truth is all part, like the not knowing is what what helps you grow. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes when you're in a situation, you may not be equipped, but you made a decision. Whether you made the right decision or wrong decision, you still gonna learn. You still gonna grow because you got either positive feedback to be like, okay, this worked, I'm gonna continue this, or you got negative feedback that didn't work. Let me try something different. Either way, you still going to expand. So I think that that's just all a part of the life process, man. But I think the key, you gotta be willing to be open to the fact that you might not know, that you could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's where the space for growth comes in, so
I think you gotta take that time to reflect though on
of course.
Yeah.
You gotta be real with yourself, man. You gotta be real about your flaws, your faults. Like, you gotta be real with yourself, man. That's where it all starts at. You know what I'm saying? The more excuses you try to make for circumstances in your life, the more that shit's going to continue to keep happening, because you're not taking accountability for everything that goes on in your life. You know what I'm saying? That's how you empower yourself, when you take accountability for your shit. You know what I'm saying? So
I would say even like us having this damn podcast is like how we met in college and all the decisions that we made to get to this point. You see what I'm saying? Us meeting in college, and you know what I'm saying, like all of those decisions that led up to us. But like, you know what I'm saying, but as like we like always like kept that energy, and like we have like, you know what I'm saying, like a brotherhood, and like, you know what I'm saying, so like the decisions that we made and the energy that we were putting out, like it's not a coincidence.
That's like both, because like that's ain't that like fate,
and that's why I started off by saying it's like one and the same.
Yeah, that's like destiny, because like fate, all right, destiny, like we because like Marcus in the previous episode, you were saying like how many niggas that we know went to school with didn't make it through the first fucking semester, not graduate. How many niggas through the first semester? If none of us made it through the first semester, we wouldn't be here right now having a podcast, reflecting on all the times we had to get here where we at. So that's all I'm saying. That's crazy. That's
true.
Crazy. Full circle. Tenet crazy.
Yeah. Shit, wow.
I'm still trying to wrap that shit around my motherfucking mind.
I just finished that shit. Hey, Paul, I just finished that jump from the third time. The third time I just finished
that. Tenet?
Yeah.
You probably saw a couple of things that you ain't noticed before too.
Once you watch a couple times, we can break that shit down on overtime one day. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that.
I just watched it my first time. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
I thought I had it, And I was like, nah, y'all lost me. Y'all lost me towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's gonna take a couple more times. I'm not gonna lie. But when you watch it, we need to break that shit down on overtime.
Yeah.
Um,
I feel like it went over a lot of people's heads too. Like, cause if you read the reviews, I'm not talking about like the experts, but if you read the reviews or like people that actually saw it, like, you know what I'm saying? They was like, it took me too far and they did too much and it was hard to follow. I was like, man, you weren't understanding the aspect of it.
it's like I watch a lot of like time travel junks, so like I got the basics.
Yeah, like I feel like a lot of people were saying they got lost because it took them too deep into it, and they would just wanted to see a good movie. I was like, bro, this should make you think.
Well,
That should make you think.
they got to know their producers. You know what I'm saying? You got to know the directors of these movies because, like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
all of his movies are based on time.
Yeah,
they're all based off of time. I don't give a fuck what it is. So, like, if you're gonna go and watch one of his movies, you got to be ready to like lock in.
From Memento, it was like a loop.
Memento is dope.
Interstellar is probably one of my favorite Christopher Nolan films.
Yeah.
Which movie?
Interstellar.
Oh yeah, that was stupid. Yeah.
He did the joint with Leo and what's it called?
Inception.
He did that joint about dreams.
Oh, he did the Inception joint.
Inception.
That's because that's the feeling I was getting from the movie. Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like what you were saying, Brian. Like certain directors, their job is to make you think. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like if you ain't the type of nigga you just want to have fun, you just want to laugh, or like you just want to see some action. That like some niggas ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? Like some people going, he the type to make you think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So they saying like that movie was supposed to save like cinema, like, or the cinema experience, because it was like the only movie that really dropped in movie theaters.
Not with COVID-19 on this motherfucker.
I seen it on the movie theater, so it was.
Yeah, me too.
It was supposed.
Yeah, I remember that shit came out. I was like, damn, man, it's COVID-19. Niggas are still gonna take movie theaters out of now.
But now HBO Max struck a deal. I forgot what studio, what movie studio, but now they about to drop like all new movies on HBO Max. Do you think that's gonna kill like the cinema experience, like moving forward?
No, I don't think so. You know, I think AT&T own all that shit too.
But like, you know, like Netflix is dropping shit on or
yeah. It's just I think it makes it better. I think it makes it better, honestly, because it's like these. I couldn't wait for all these what is it, straight to home videos and shit. It takes me back to when niggas had scramblers and shit. You can watch whatever the hell you wanted to watch.
There's a big difference between watching fucking the Players Club in your crib and watching.
This man said the Players Club. Come on, dog.
Like you need that.
No, but it's like
you need you need all that shit. You need the IMAX.
Yeah, that's what
I mean, we got everybody has a big screen TV now.
It's not the same.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
A phone in your hand. You know
Nah. Don't do that because
I do. I got like three. I got 2 iPads, 3 Macs. Yeah, we got a computer over here. It's like it's convenient. It's all about convenience for me.
Simo, let me explain something to you. The first time, like when I went to go see Tron,
exactly.
in IMAX 3D. That was like I was on a journey.
Right. So IMAX 3D is a totally whole different experience. It's a totally different experience.
Dunkirk, Interstellar.
Interstellar was dope. That was dope.
Gravity. You seen Gravity in the theater?
That was dope with George Clooney. That was dope. I did see that. George Clooney with Sandra Bullock was in that joint, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, those are all good movies. Yes, but we all have big screens now. We all have big screens now, man. We all got big.
You don't get the same experience, dog. You don't get the same experience.
Not the same.
You can't sit here and tell me it's the same experience.
Or even like watching it in a big crowd and hearing people jump. You watch a horror movie like that.
Same experience.
I will say that. Yeah.
Dirty ass seat, smell it, the butter pop.
Dirty ass seat.
At least they like going to the movie. Going to the movie stimulates like every fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? Like literally. Like you know what I'm saying? I feel like you can't replace that experience. Like they can give us all the movies, but and then I know me personally, like I like to go to movies with my kids and shit like that.
Right.
Like sometimes, you know, we'll have our little movie nights with the kids, but it's not as different when you in the theater with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't know. This is a different experience, you know. So
I'll give
do
y'all
I
that.
think they'll kill the movies? Nah, I feel like the movies they've always kind of been like a staple. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just people like, you know, people go on dates to the movies and just all kinds of shit. I just feel like that's something that's never gonna go away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so I don't think it's gonna kill it. I think it's gonna kill it.
Yeah, let me say this though. If there was anything that was going to kill the movie, it was going to be Netflix at the end of the day. It's like you can watch whatever the hell you want anytime you want to watch that joint. Way before HBO Max and Disney Plus and all this shit. So they got their shit. I did have my series on there that I liked or whatever, the Ridley Scott joint. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but Riz, it's the fact that HBO, the fact that they're doing that shows you where we're headed though. Like they ain't just making that decision for no reason. The game is that's a game changer right there.
Yeah,
so hold on. My question is like you're bringing up HBO Max, so maybe I'm just thinking it on a light terms or whatever. Yeah, so like, they're bringing all new movies?
Like everything that was supposed to come out in the theaters is going to be the same day it drops in the theater. It's going to be on HBO Max. So
good. So I finally get to see A Quiet Place too. God damn it!
You part of the problem.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Corey gonna be one. He gonna be the first Radio 1 nigga. Like just be in the house, not going nowhere, ordering food, watching. No, that nigga gonna be in the house.
He already ordered all his steaks. He ordered his steaks, his shrimps.
Oh man. Yeah, but
he in quarantine though, so yeah, I'm past. And so I'm gonna go ahead and share something on the screen. I want y'all reaction to it. You know, briefly. Which one of these qualities in a woman is least important to you? Feel free to keep it all the way real. Which one of these qualities, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, is least important? Least, not important, just least important. So I don't want none of y'all get y'all panties in a bunch out there. Least important. We gotta choose one. We have to choose one. Our back is against the wall. We have to choose one.
Our back is against the wall.
Right?
Oh man.
This is not personal to anybody. We have to choose one. As the least.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with financially independent. Number 7 is the one that I least least important to me. And the reason why, number 1, maternal instincts, you know, everybody wants their kid to be raised to the best of their ability. And you know, the maternal instinct kicks in, being a mother, being a teacher, being a role model. So that's important, especially if you're a husband and you know you creating a family. You don't want to raise 4 kids that the mom is just like distant and don't care about shit. Like that's horrible. High sex drive is a plus. I mean, I feel like that's important. It could also be not good as well. And we could touch on that a little later. But it could also be not good. Ambitious, and this is the thing, like the reason why I say ambitious is because even if you're not financially independent, you should be able to build each other. If you have ambition, you can get there. You know what I mean? You can get there together. You can get there in in regards to one of the topics we talked about before, you can get there and just build your own shit, like build your own shop. You know what I'm saying? Like struggle, and then figure out what you need to do to be successful. Well, man, I ain't really see that one. Well mannered. I mean, so this is the thing with well mannered. The only reason why I think about that is like if you bringing your girl around your mom or something like that, you know what I'm saying, for the first time, or let's even say, you know what I'm saying, you made it, right? Let's say you made it after being with her for 5 years and you like a executive somewhere and she just come in like, hey, what up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she ain't dressed up enough and she got phone posits on and shit.
Ain't no wrong phones.
My phone posits, bro. She from Blade. She's from Bladesburg.
Hey, you didn't mean that, everybody from Blade.
I know, I ain't mean that. Don't get at me.
You mean that.
Hey, go ahead,
Hey, great communication skills. So one thing that I don't take that lightly at all, because communication is key, and one thing that I learned too is that not everybody operates under the same communication. You know what I mean? Like it's something that you gotta work towards and work on. And if you don't have great communication skills, you can have everything else, and without that, it could cause a lot. Like everything else could be perfect, and if she can't communicate with you, there's nothing you can explain to her. Like it's a no-go.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a no-go. Like spontaneity, I think that's a big one too, because some people operate, day to day and on schedule, and they don't deviate from that shit too much. And I don't think that shit's fun, man. Like I can't be with somebody that's like, I gotta do this at this time, I gotta do that at this time, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? And then if I'm off schedule, then my whole day is shifted. Like I can't. It's not spontaneous and able to like just say like fuck it, let's go take a trip to fucking Bahamas or something. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't be with somebody like that.
I was
And then well educated is something that brings you the ability to be financially independent. All right, so that's my sense. I'm gonna pass it on. I want to hear what everybody else say too.
I was actually torn between financially independent and well educated. And the way this list is kind of listed, it's like, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want, if you have kids, you want your wife to be a great mom, of course. High sex drive, everybody want to get it in, of course. Ambitiousness, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want her to I want who I'm with to want to strive to be something. Well-mannered, that goes without saying. She got to have respect for herself. Great communication skills. I want to be able to talk to my significant other. Spontaneous. I definitely want her to do things that she feels that should happen. You know what I'm saying? So spontaneousness is, of course, financially independent. I feel like that's something that like that's a two-way street kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? That like if we're together, like my finances is kind of your finances, so we're gonna make sure that shit is straight. And well educated, I don't need my chick to be like the smartest chick in the world. Just as long as you are exactly what I need. You know what I'm saying? So like, and that's like within a relationship. Like I don't need you to be a brainiac or Einstein in order for us to, you know what I'm saying, like have all the rest of the shit on this list. So yeah.
Hey, B, when you say it like that, well educated, like you can be book smart or have all the degrees and shit, but still be, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You may not have it all put together. That's what
exactly.
So I think as my least, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would probably put well educated, because like, financially independent, like, you know what I mean? Like, what is, Lord forbid, what if something happened to me? You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
you may need
Yeah.
to hold it down, and if we're a partnership, you may need to hold it down.
Yeah.
I
That's
think
why I say I was torn. I was like, that 7 and 8 can kind of.
I think something that like outweighs almost everything in here is being ambitious. If you're ambitious, you can probably outweigh almost everything here, and that gives you the the wherewithal to do almost everything in here. So
Yeah.
I think well educated would probably be my least.
What you think, Al? Take the mic.
I'm well educated as well. Just because, hypothetically speaking, just because you went to Harvard, just because you went to Howard, just because you went to any of those schools, don't necessarily mean you could be extremely book smart, but you know what I'm saying, you could be completely oblivious to everything else. So you could be the smartest one on paper, but at the same time, when you walk in the room, you don't necessarily know how to navigate and how to move around and how to actually do a whole bunch of other things. So I think well educated was for me, because even if you're just because you didn't go to a major university or a Power 5 or Ivy League school doesn't necessarily mean you aren't able to navigate and handle yourself in the right situations, right manner, and everything of that sort. So I think well educated would definitely be the least for me. Yeah. And I don't need to go through the whole list like everybody else, because y'all hit on everything else. So
My bad. I just did a run through.
nah, you good, because I mean, y'all said it. Y'all said it.
I went through this shit. Simo, can you see the list, or your phone too little?
Nah, shut up. I seen the list. I seen the list. My least was spontaneous. I don't need no surprises. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no surprises.
Wait a minute.
I like to make plans, and that's, I don't know, that's just me. I just like to make plans and do shit and say what we gonna do or whatever. We don't need to be spontaneous. I don't mind it here and there or whatever, but that's my least. That's my least, spontaneous.
But you don't mind it though. You don't mind the spontaneous.
I don't mind it, because at the end of the day, I would rather be the spontaneous one. You know what I'm saying? And do some, you know, just
Do what you want to do.
I like
So
to
as
do
long as
the
she goes
surprises.
with it, so as long as she goes with your spontaneity, you're cool with it. But what if she's just like by the book, everything gotta operate like this? We gotta go to bed at this time. We gotta wake up at this time. I gotta eat at this time, and she doesn't deviate. You still be fine with that?
Well, it wouldn't be no we thing. It wouldn't be no, because I'm not going to bed at this time. I'm going to bed when I go to bed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, but yeah, eating. Yeah, I've never. I get what you're saying. I ain't never been like that though. I've never been on a fucking besides a job. You know what I'm saying? A career, whatever. I've never been on no time frame or nothing like that. So it's like the spontaneous thing is like,
That's your least.
It's my least. And I can't really categorize them, or not categorize them, but put them in order or whatever. But definitely spontaneous is my least. Definitely. And yeah, I pretty much agree with what everybody was saying, but my least is spontaneous.
What's your number one?
What's my number one?
What's the must have?
Yeah, what's your top?
Must have. See, I didn't know that was gonna be a question. Let me see.
Trying to fuck you up.
I know. Y'all got it at number 8, but I'm gonna have to put it at number 1. Well educated. I like the well educated.
Okay.
Because I like the. Because that's the reason why I'm in this motherfucker. That's the reason why I be in these goddamn podcasts and shit. Because I like to hear motherfuckers' takes and opinions on everything. I like to be able to. I like to debate and shit. Me and my wife before we even got married, we was debating and having all types of arguments and shit on different types of shit. You know what I'm saying? As
You
far
basically
as like
saying you like to be
world
mentally
conversations
stimulated.
and shit, huh?
You like someone that can mentally stimulate you. That's basically what you're saying.
Exactly.
That's like your most important. That's your most important quality. Now I respect that. That's an important
Exactly.
quality. That's like, that could be mentally stimulated. Yeah, definitely.
This shit is fucking
I'll
dope.
go with mine. I'll probably say at first I was gonna say financially independent, but after hearing everything y'all saying, I had to go well educated as well, just because same thing for the same exact reason. Like you can have all the degrees, everything in the world, but that don't mean nothing. And even within what you saying, Corey, you can not have the degrees and all the prestige and this, that, and the third, but you can still be smart. You know what I'm saying? You can still hold a deep conversation or go beyond the surface. So, you don't necessarily have that, had gone to Harvard or some shit to,
Right.
like that's not that important.
I agree.
And financially independent, that's not that important to me. Because I don't like, if I'm dealing with a woman, I'm not looking for her to provide for me or do anything for me. I mean, at the end of the day, if we go into a relationship, you know what I'm saying, obviously you're going to already get to that point, before you even, like I think one of y'all was saying, if something happens to me, we need somebody that can hold it down. And that is important. But, I'm just saying if I'm just going into a relationship or just talking to somebody, I don't, that's not like, I'm not thinking about worst case scenario or at that point. Obviously it'll get there, but that's not that important to me. Like just dating or just, getting to know somebody, like that's not something that I really care for, so is that simple?
For that.
That's simple.
but I will say my most important, I think, is communication. Because I don't know who said it earlier. One of y'all said it, but
Yeah, that's really
communication
important.
ain't right,
That was my
all
number
that
two.
other shit.
Yeah, that was me.
All that
That was
shit
my
goes
number
down,
two.
young. If she has poor communication skills, y'all gonna be arguing like unnecessarily.
Both of y'all have
Everything you
poor
say, she gonna
communication
get defensive.
skills. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, we talking about as far as what we looking for in women and shit. So I'm just talking about what they do. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
As far as communication, like like that, I think that's the most important shit. Communication is number one.
Yeah.
That was my number two. That was my number two.
You can't resolve issues with communication. Like you
Yeah.
always gonna have your
Yeah.
little bumps in the road in relationships, but if you can never get over that shit, y'all be arguing about the same shit for 20 goddamn years just because of a lack of communication skills, which is wasted time and wasted energy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could be moving on to bigger and better fucking things.
Hey, that be the marriages that last for 50, 70 years though. Them niggas be arguing for 70 years, dog.
I hate your raggedy ass.
Exactly. The love that lasts.
So saying that, CMO, do you think the bar is set low for men nowadays, or do you think it's, you know what I mean, just like a old thing, an old time thing of the past?
I don't think I don't think the bar for men has ever been set low. I don't think it's ever been set low because everybody knows we're supposed to be providers, protectors, and et cetera, whatever. I don't think the bar has ever been set low, but I think people may be blinded and think that it has been set low because of social media and
Don't people?
I'll say
for the streets if you can't get her a Birkin bag, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying.
Say that again.
Mm-hmm.
Say you for the streets if you can't get her a Birkin bag. So I mean, the bar set low is just said higher.
Did I say that don't got nothing to do with providing. That's just that's not a necessity. That's not a necessity. That's an extra. That's an extra. So I would say, yeah, it ain't nothing has ever changed. Ain't nothing has ever changed. But there is an illusion out here that the bar is set low, which there may be illusion. I don't know. I seen that one video, whatever y'all put up or whatever. I don't know, but I don't know if that's how most people feel or whatever. But if people think that the bar is set low, that they're mistaken. I think they're mistaken because ain't nothing changed. Because it's specifically for that one video. I think that lady was saying the bar is so low, blah 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 blah, whatever. But you're still gonna be looking out here. You're still gonna be looking out here for a dude that's gonna provide and pay for whatever you need and all this other shit, or and protect and do whatever. But yeah, I don't think the bar has ever been so low.
I mean, I think in that video, the girl was like just basically trying to throw a jab at men in totality, and then that's why homeboy like responded like that. Like, what do you mean the bar is set low? Look what we have to do, what we have to go through. So I think that was the context of that video. I mean, I don't even really think the girl really expounded, or at least I didn't see she expounded on what makes the bar so low. It just seems that she just like, why are like, you know, the bar so low for men? And the dude was like, what do you mean? Like, look at the expectation and pressure is on you on us as men. So I think that's what the dude was basically trying to say.
Tell me about the time when you realized that the bar is super low for men.
So somehow you're going to tell us that the bar is low when the requirements to become a husband are to provide for a household financially, emotionally, spiritually, physically. You have to be good in the bedroom. You have to pay the bills. You have to feed your kids. You have to feed your wife. You have to give her the materialistic things that she wants and provide emotional support. And if you can't do simply one of those things, she'll leave you. Meanwhile, all we ask is for a woman who will bear with us while we try to do those things for them and just don't lie to us. And half of y'all nowadays can't even do that. And just when we thought the bar was set low enough, y'all decide, my body, my choice. So now the one thing that we did have to ourselves, which was that sacred temple, y'all put it on OnlyFans. Are you for real talking about the bar being set low?
But as far as the bar being set too low, I don't really know what her context was. Like what she would like, she just said the bar set. Like, what do you mean by the bar set low? I didn't really understand what she meant by that. You know,
Exactly.
I thought she was just trying to throw a jab. That's all.
But that means the bar ain't so low.
It's not really not set low. It's not.
Yeah,
low.
it's like it's not set, like you don't know where it's setting. You know what I'm saying? Like what is
Exactly.
low? You know what I'm saying? Like we don't know what that is.
It look like she ain't got no skin in the game to even comment on it anyways. People like that can say shit like that because they don't really have no skin in the game. So
yeah, they did. She just said some shit that, you know, that she thinks she can get away with. Simple as that.
Enough said. You are 1,000% correct, Lighthouse. You are 1,000% correct.
raggedy sight.
Oh.
So what do y'all think the problem is out here for people to say, you know, shit so freely like that? Is it
say shit like what? You talking about like how? Because I mean,
is it the power of
talking about?
is it
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You can do whatever you want on your account.
No, I'm saying is it the power of the PUSSY?
I don't even believe in that.
What? It's a song.
I know it's a song. That don't mean shit.
It's a song. It's the power to, you know, it's the reason.
So what do you ask? What do you ask?
I'm saying, like, do you think like females are entitled to say certain things or act a certain way because you know what they you know, project in the world with their
Basically you're saying, are we as men allowed to judge women? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Is that what you said?
Not. I just want to be like this. I want to be so vulgar with it right now, but fuck it.
It may be needed though.
Huh?
It may be needed.
Yeah.
I said that vulgarness. Hey, sometimes you gotta say shit harsh. You know what I'm saying? Get the point across.
Y'all trying to get us canceled? Go ahead.
All right, nah, fuck it. We ain't gonna get canceled.
I ain't worried about the niggas.
I ain't worried about that shit.
I ain't worried about these niggas.
Do females feel more at liberty to say wild shit or move a certain way because they feel that they have power over us because of, you know, they sway everything with they sexual organs, they pussies?
Oh, there go our USSA. There go our USSA.
Mm-hmm. We got no more USSA sponsorship.
I don't know. It's
That's it.
that's
USSA.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Marcus was playing the joint. Marcus was playing the joint earlier on the fifth quarter.
Oh, he was. The commercial.
Oh yeah, that was by accident.
Oh,
I was
I was lost.
I was like, what is
I was
this nigga
lost
talking-
too.
That's fate.
Yeah.
What is this nigga talking about?
Y'all
I
follow
don't know though. Like, to answer your question, I don't know. Like, because I don't know. Like,
What's
I
the,
guess
I mean, I still didn't understand the question.
Do we put pussy on the pedestal?
Okay, all right. Do we put? I mean,
So
yeah,
both.
I think so. I think it's you know, I think we do. I think even just in general, like that whole concept where like they, you know, we kind of get raised in the society be like men are like horny and we're like sex crazed and you know what I'm saying, and we don't have no self control and men just, you know, men are just out here just trying to fuck all the bitches and shit. So it's like, you know, if that's the energy that's being projected out, and then the woman has what the demand is, of course she's going to use that to, you know, get what she wants. I mean, I think that's it's like if your sex, like they even say our sex energy, like if your whole intention when you wake up in the morning is to get some pussy, you know what I'm saying, it's like and you put so much energy into that, a woman can see that, you know, she can easily manipulate that because you have so much energy invested in just vagina itself, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like literally, that's the reason why some niggas wake up in the morning, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Some though. That's why I don't say it can be a majority. I think it's some. I can't. That's why I can't agree with that. That we all do. Oh, but
I mean, in what way? I mean, what way though? Like, what do you mean? I mean, yeah, some, but all right, y'all ain't really trying to have this conversation.
No.
Y'all niggas ain't trying to talk.
Shit, I'm with the shit. So
Niggas should. Niggas ain't trying. Niggas should.
Yeah, B, you was talking about it on the goddamn on the group me.
No, the question I had sitting in the group me was just more so like just the way that like social media is just more so just like amplified to me, and this is my perspective. It's amplified to me, like females, like just the more of like the begging side of things, more so like I must be supplied with all of these things from you, or if I must consume, you know what I'm saying, I must get from you. Can I get this? Can I have this? Can I get this? More so like we were just saying in our last topic, females being independent, or you know what I'm saying, like striving to be something versus just waiting for handouts type shit. And I was just more so just saying like social media with it's just more so amplified the fact that I see that shit. That's all.
I mean, I do think, and as far as that's concerned, I think that's for men to blame, because at the end of the day, who's empowering women to even have the confidence to be like, oh, can somebody cash at me X, Y, and Z? And what would motivate a nigga to just to give a girl some money for no fucking reason? Because he's hoping that he can get some pussy, or he can get some attention or some sort of affection from her, or some, you know what I'm saying? So that, or recognition. That's the only reason why niggas do that shit. But the thing is, these niggas is giving money to the women and not getting nothing in return. So you know what I'm saying? So if she like, if I can get this, if this nigga can get me $50 for nothing just because I'm pretty, let me see if I can get 75 from a nigga. Let me see if I can get 100. Let me see if I can get 150. Let me see if I can get 10,000. I think I seen some shit not too long ago. There was some nigga say that like he paid 16,000 or some shit for like some celebrity. Did y'all hear about that shit?
Yeah, nothing for nothing.
Who was it? That's what I'm saying. But that's part of the problem. That's what emboldens a lot of women to do that shit. Why not? Like if niggas is out here just passing out bread for attention, or just to hope that they can get some pussy, why not take advantage of niggas? Like, I mean, niggas is giving the shit up. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, at the end of the day, and it's like we can have this conversation and say it's a problem, but there's a bunch of niggas out here who are willing to just dish out the bread. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Well,
at the end of the day, it's for
so
every.
so my question to you is,
like,
well, my question to
put it
everybody
like this,
is,
though. Hold on, look. Most niggas, but look, most niggas don't be getting pussy like that. So a lot of niggas be like
right,
thinking that they gotta pay for it, this, that, and the third. So like
right.
all these other niggas that be like, damn, it's fucked up. Why y'all niggas out here spending money on these people? Y'all fucking up the game. But there's a lot of niggas out here who don't know no better and be thinking that's how you get get girls by just dishing bread at them and shit like that. So I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
That's the oldest profession.
Possibly.
It is the oldest profession.
Possibly.
And this is the thing. I think it.
So is it tricking? Is it tricking if you got it or not?
So Corey, that's my point, and I think it's a wide end to the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about a dude that's making 200, 300, whatever. I'm just throwing that shit out there because
decent figures.
Because if you think about, all right, listen to this. Listen to this. You think about just 2 NBA players, both of them is single, and they going from city to city every other day to play in a different fucking city. They can fucking supply how many ever hoes or girls or whatever they want to, bro. And it's like that shit is just repetitive. Like, and I'm just talking about basketball players. Like, I'm not even talking about everything else. But just think about how many IG, stars of girls that they come in town and they just be like, here's a couple racks. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a high end of the spectrum. Like, that what are they used to? You know what I'm saying? And then what does the average nigga think that he has to provide just to be equivalent to that? And I think that's on the average dude's stupidity by saying, yeah, you used to getting bans for nothing or whatever. Let me do this so I can get attention. Just like Marcus said. Like, it's stupid. It's like a stupid cycle, bro. But do you think the NBA players and all of these players care? Like, they throw $5K, that ain't nothing to them. You know what I'm saying?
Part of the game they play.
Exactly.
That's $5.
I don't think they care at all.
$5.
That ain't shit to them
at all.
$5.
So
they get used.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I know personally, me or none of y'all have had to deal with that. So it's like,
of course.
But you see it. You see it.
It's foreign to me. It's foreign to me. So I don't expect it to be a large amount of this happening. I don't expect it to be a lot of people doing that extra shit, paying the money, spending the bag or whatever for a woman or whatever. I don't know.
Nigga, you know that shit been going on since like the beginning of the time.
Okay.
Like nigga, you. I feel like you choose not to.
The oldest profession.
It is. It is. So yeah, I probably am incorrect. I'm probably incorrect.
Probably.
I'm not even gonna say right, but I probably am incorrect.
But also, what do they say in America though? The what they say all the time: sex sells, right? They say that is a saying. You know what I'm saying? And like there's no network that does not try to exploit that. Regardless,
I just go ahead. I think the thing is, a lot of men are like, I think there's a lot of men are subconsciously training women that they can they can receive without giving anything back. You know what I'm saying? And that's just causing an imbalance. You know what I mean? I think like so, and then you can't really blame the women because it's the men that's doing the shit, man. You just can't. It's crazy. It is what it is. It's like creating a monster. You know, it's like spoiling a child. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you give them too much, eventually they're gonna stop appreciating, then they're gonna start expecting the shit. And then you can even go to the music fucking every damn song on the radio that has a woman rapping, she's talking about tricking on niggas. You know what I'm saying? How niggas should be spending money on her. So if you're a regular girl, you may not even be thinking like that. But then all of a sudden you're like, I am a bad bitch. Let me see if a nigga gonna cash at me 50 real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then the nigga do it. Next thing you know, she working her way up the fucking ladder. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how that shit go, you know? So yeah, man.
I agree with you 1,000% with that.
Good luck on future relationships.
Good luck it's crazy.
Young niggas.
So that's the funny thing about it, Marcus. Like, and I don't know what the percentage is, but it's a lot of women that are, you know, potentially moving towards the OnlyFans, or, you know, I want to show this so I can get paid, like, you know what I mean? And that I know this is a whole different topic, but like,
it's like, why not though? Like, why not?
Yeah,
No, it's the same topic.
But to Marcus' point, are those going to be the girls that's getting married? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he's saying. Like, at what percentage is it going to be? Because it's more prevalent now, of course, than it was.
But the thing is, Paul, though, that they probably still gonna be getting married, because then what else is niggas being left with? That's pretty much the only options that niggas got to choose from now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, that's what they going marry, because what else they gonna marry? You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Right.
It's like if you grew up and OnlyFans was like some shit, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you grew up in all these like Instagram and you turn on your Instagram, like a little boy that's 8 years old, he turned around, seeing these Instagram models, he's like, wifey, mother of my children. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's thinking. He not, you know, he can't judge character yet. He a little
I didn't think about
you know what I'm saying?
like
So they growing up and that becomes normal to them. So they can't even, like, you know, separate. They can't even be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, she's for that and she's for this. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's a good point. That's a good ass
we was like, them is for everybody. Back in the day,
yeah, they're not gonna be able to separate it. They're not gonna know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like think about like kids. I don't know how young kids be having Instagram, but they have access to them Instagram models.
Their parents have the time set it up. Unfortunately,
them boys is thinking future wifey. You know what I'm saying? Like that they not.
That's a bad,
you know, so it's crazy.
Al, what you
they
think?
don't know.
You quiet over there. What you thinking, Al?
I'm thinking. I mean, of course, I know. You know what I'm saying. As men, period, point blank. You know what I'm saying. Like there has to be some type of restraint shown on our part, but at the same time, I also want to say, as y'all already said, this isn't nothing new. Especially like buying women and women and their parts. Like, you know what I'm saying? We know about the kings and the queens and how they used to bring different princes and like bring all types of royalties to purchase and say, I have gifts to marry your daughter or gifts to see your daughter and all that.
Right.
That's like from way back when, and then even still. And then like, even I think as we start to phase to the conversation about like the young people growing up and seeing like the Instagram models and thinking like, I think that, I mean, like we had, I don't want to say we had similar, and I'm only saying similar, like with the video vixens, like when we started seeing like the Melissa Fords and the, I just remember Melissa Ford, but Melissa Ford and the Esther Baxters and all those like girls of the world. And I guess that like led the new generation of Instagram models. So I don't necessarily, but I also don't want to say like that's all that the guys are going to be able to find or because I don't think that all women are going to be influenced by, or at least I hope. I'm very hopeful that all women won't be influenced by what they're seeing like now and how social media is being exploited for gains and for ad purposes and everything like that. But at the same time, this also comes that last thing where we were just talking about the qualities in a woman, whereas though the well-educated. And at least for me, whereas though, you know what I'm saying, like being educated enough to know that you separate the two. I mean, you separate if that's the music that you want to listen to, you're able to separate the two from knowing that that's the music that you want to listen to, or that's the maybe that's the body that you envision on having. I don't know. Maybe that's the body that you envision on having, but you also understand that might have been purchased. That might have been, that's not worked for, not necessarily like how that's not normal. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, I don't know. I'm stuck because
And I agree with your point, Alex. As far as like the thing with like dudes, like little boys looking at, or younger males, you know what I'm saying, looking at like the Instagram models, like, because I know just me being young, going through that same stage, you like 13 years old, you see Esther Baxter, you like that. I want my wife to look like Esther Baxter, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how them little niggas is thinking. It's the same shit. Like, of course there might be nice young ladies that they go to school with, this, that, you know, they meet, but in their mind it's like, no, I'm going to marry me a Melissa Ford, nigga. Like, that's the brain. That's how, like, that's how I was when I was young. I'm sure like most young niggas is like that.
That's what I say. Has shit changed though? Has shit changed though, Marcus?
But at the same time,
as far as us and the kids come up now, is that what you're talking about?
No, I was saying, has shit changed?
As far as what, like the kids growing,
as far
like,
as if we was looking at the models or whatever before it was Instagram or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Has shit changed? It's just more accessible.
It's the same, but it's like it's just more intense. Like they just get more repetition of the same shit we were seeing, but they just getting it more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we had to wait to a certain time to watch Rap City. We had to stay up late. You know what I'm saying? You had to get the code from your man to get to the forbidden websites and shit.
BET,
you know what I'm saying? But like now, these niggas got access to everything all day, every day.
It's more visibility. Yep.
More visibility now. Yeah.
I think
everybody can see it.
I think the accessibility is high, and that's probably changing the game a little bit. But at the same time, the same way the accessibility is high to those models, the same way that accessibility is still heightened to celebrities, quote unquote. And like I hope, and I feel like I might be being too optimistic or whatever, but I'm hopeful that people understand, like, people are able to differentiate the two between like the Instagram stuff and like like even like seeing like the growing up and seeing like the BET Uncut and all that good stuff. Like you were able to realize, like, all right, well, yes, you see that on TV, but at the same time, it's value in the interactions that I have on a day-to-day basis with people or with my classmates who look and talk like me, as opposed to who are out there dressing like that. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, I don't know.
That makes sense. I know what you're saying though, because like, I mean, to your point, I mean, social media is just, it's complicated everything. I mean, because I mean, you could take a kid that, I mean, we spend most of us, every single one of us, we spend a lot of our time on our phones, right? So like, even like when we wake up in the morning and like the first thing you do, you roll over and you look at your phone. You know what I'm saying? You might open up Instagram or what have you, your Snap or what have you. And like before, like you might, you know what I'm saying? Like you may wake up in the bed with your significant other and look at your phone, but like the first female you see for the day isn't, you know what I'm saying? It's the person you laying next to, but like on the phone. So it's like, it's right there in your face every single day, all day. It's there. It don't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? It's not going anywhere no time soon.
So who you following?
No, I'm just saying though, it don't matter because it's there. We all know the Instagram models. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. It's like when you open your phone up, it's like it's there. It's ass everywhere, and it's crazy. But it's like that's, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's got to be tough for the younger generation too. It's going to be tough, like you said. I mean, what like Marcus said, like that's what they have to look forward to. You know? Like, goddamn.
All right, I got a question for everybody, and y'all just answer hypothetical. If you was not married, and you was in a relationship for 2 years, and you found out your girl had a OnlyFans, like not no average type OnlyFans, like legit like OnlyFans. Like, would you stay with her or would y'all be done?
On the sneak?
Nah. I'm done.
On the sneak, nah, bro. That's
on the sneak, or before you.
It's on the sneak because she ain't tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's a deal breaker.
So that's
Exactly.
So what is your answer?
Well, she
Nah, I'm done.
I'm a no-go.
That's supposed to be my ass. Nah.
I'm a no-go.
That's supposed to be my booty. You out here showing it to the world. Nah, I'm done.
Oh man.
Because that's the thing, Marcus, and I feel like, you know, I know you said people that's growing up in this age might think it's like regular, you know what I'm saying? That's what's fucked up, because I can see that. I can see that mentality of that's all they see every day. So like, why not? It's average, you know? But I don't know. Is it just the generation we grew up in?
I'll say this. My cousin used to be he was a bus driver for Montgomery County Schools at one point, and he was telling me he was driving for middle schools, and he was like, man, he said these kids are sex crazed. That's all the fuck they talk about, sex. I was like, really? Like, I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when we was in middle school, like, you know, it was like sprinkles of that shit. You know, it'd be like kids over, like, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like that's all that everybody. But he said all those kids talk about is sex. You know what I'm saying? And he was driving to school for middle schoolers. So imagine what them high school kids be on.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Oh, that's crazy.
Man, my son is 6th grade too.
Oh yeah, he ready. He ready.
So let me ask you guys this, because I heard Simo, you made a comment earlier when somebody had made mention of a kid having an Instagram early. So recently, Jalen, as of maybe like 2 or 3 months ago, Jalen has an IG. Do you think, and he is 12.
Hold on. Say it again. He did what?
Jalen has an Instagram.
Okay.
Okay, so do you think that, like, so somebody said something earlier about kids having Instagram, and you said, well, that's I think I heard you say something where their parents were probably the ones setting it up. So, like, do you think that that Jalen has an Instagram too early?
How old is he, Jalen?
12.
I mean, it's just for football.
So think about it. So think about it. When did you have your first Black Planet or your first MySpace? When did you have your first?
Yeah, I want to say I was around like 13, 14, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that. Maybe like 15.
Okay. I can see that.
But I also do think that it's also up to, you know what I'm saying, that the kids, a lot of the social media and a lot of that stuff, it also depends on what person you're dealing with. If you have a mentally strong kid and they have parents that's telling them, hey, I believe that you are old enough and I believe that you are responsible enough to, you know what I'm saying, have this account without doing no dumb shit, then, you know what I'm saying, that I feel as though that's the type of kid that I have, and that's why I allow him to have that. So
that's what I was about to say.
Comes down to like
Jalen seemed like that.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
He seems like that. Yeah. He always seemed kind of mature for his age. Like he always seemed like he was ready for the next step. Like he always kind of seemed like that. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. So that I think it's also depending on
the only thing I would say about that is it's not like when when the shit was first starting, whatever, with Black Planet and all that shit, all these little social media joints. It's not like y'all were saying. Everything is so accessible now. Shit, Jalen can wake up to fucking titties in his face and everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, especially with the Instagram,
It's just like, I mean,
I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, it's there. I mean,
it's there. It's there. That's all I have to say about it. It's there.
Hey,
It's there.
but at the
But-
same time, even as you think about it though, like even with Black Planet, like, and I'll just speak for myself, with Black Planet, my parents weren't ever going to be on Black Planet. Not to say my parents are ever going to be on Instagram. My parents were never going.
Exactly.
So it was like that hidden, or it was like that that mystery that in which they didn't know what Black Planet was, and so we on the computer and like you can close the screen or you can the screen pop the window open. But with Instagram, like my parents are on it, so it's different. But at the same time, I mean, like all these things are. I mean, like it's not necessarily it's nothing too new. It's like, you know what I'm saying, these jumps are evolving and coming in different ways, but at the same time it's all about, you know what I'm saying, monitoring, not even really monitoring your kid, but knowing your kid well enough to know if they are going to be doing different things that are out there. But I mean, we did it.
Knowing them well enough to trust them to do the right things, and you know, are you going to be out here doing some extra stuff, trying to holler at these you know, the grand models and all of that stuff or whatever. But you know, it's and the thing like with Jalen, I wouldn't think too much about it anyway, because I remember, and I'm pretty sure anybody else in here that played high school, middle school, football, basketball, whatever, that was the last thing that was well, I mean, you of course you're like, oh yeah, girls are good, you know what I'm saying, but at the end of the day you weren't trying to do no extra shit, you know what I'm saying, you trying to, at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure Jalen already has at his age anyway, he already is thinking he may want to go to UNC, he might want to go to the U or whatever, you know what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure. You know what I'm saying?
You know that plays a part where a lot of niggas go to school though. You know that plays a part where a lot of niggas go to school, the females at the school and shit.
Of course.
It does. It does, but it doesn't. It does, but it doesn't.
Man, I know this dude used to go to Michigan State. He done told me some stories about how they be recruiting niggas. And like niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like it's wild, bro. They be having like designated girls, like
yeah, of course. Doing all that shit. We seen Who Got Game. Yeah. We seen Who Got Game, but at the end of the day, it's like, do you really want to do what you think you want to do? Play some ball out this joint. It's like that's the last thing. I mean, that's the last thing on your worries or whatever. You're gonna get to do that at the end of the day. If you're talking about girls, that's the last thing at the end of the day. You're trying to go to the league. You're trying to go to the league at the end of the day. So.
You know what's funny? A long time ago, Sir Chad Butler said pimping ain't dead, it just moved to the web. And he ain't even get to see the shit become what it is today. So
legit.
That's hard to say. And you know what I mean?
Legit.
Pimping ain't dead, just moved to the fucking podcast. And every day you can hear this pimping, you can hear these gems of excellence, knowledge, and that's all I want to share with y'all.
Exactly, and we ain't never been on nothing like that. So, to bring it back to Jalen, it's like I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, that's the segue in 2020. That's the greatest segue of the year, right there.
We gonna bring it back to Jalen. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure my dog is Gucci. I'm pretty sure my dog is Gucci. He ain't worried about this web. He ain't worried about this web. He trying to go to the league, man.
Yeah.
Trying to go to the league.
Got it all the way back after the closure.
He trying to go to the league out here, dog. That's exactly how I was, dog. That's exactly how I'm trying to go to the league.
We all trying to go to the league, and the league, the Flight Room Podcast trying to go to the league, and this is a episode.
Exactly. Till you get to college, Dennis, that's a real test. That's a real test. That right there.
Episode 34. Episode 34. Big Diesel. You know what I'm saying? The Flight Room Podcast. Should we see y'all for overtime?
Yeah, I'm out here. I'm back from my COVID test. I'm out here.
The vid sauce.